Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, and today you guys I'm going to do the first impression on, or a first impression video on the L'Oreal Paris 24-hour foundation Infallible Pro Glow foundation. It just started raining. But anyways, it says it is a radiant finish, normal to dry skin, and it is hydrating. It says it's a lasting glow foundation, never dull, never greasy. It says the finish is radiant. The wear time is up to 24 hours, and the coverage is a medium coverage or medium coverage foundation, and the texture is air light. It says shake well, dot onto skin in rolling motions for flawless coverage. It says this helps prevent sunburn. It has sunscreen in it, 3.2%. So yeah, it says if you use as directed with other sun protection measures, and then it's just more information. Okay, so as you know, I had done, well, maybe you don't know, over here on this channel, on my other channel, when the Pro Matte form came out, I did a long video demonstrating that foundation, and yeah, I got a lot of comments on that video because it's just such a matte formula, and I really think it's a great foundation for oily skin. So this is supposed to be for dry skin. Okay, so it's for normal to dry skin. Alright, so I'm going to test it out because my skin is not as dry as it used to be because of the skincare products that I use. Currently my skin has changed. So I'm not as dry as I used to be, but however, I still have dry patches and things like that. But the first thing I'm going to do before I apply this foundation is I have cleansed my face. I do have liner on. Sometimes, you guys, I just get I clean my face at night, and then sometimes I'm just, for the past few days, I've just been a little lazy on removing eyeliner and lash adhesive glue and stuff off of my lashes. I know I shouldn't be doing that, and normally I don't, but I just been a little bit lazy. So I'm going to do an extra cleansing as far as my face with the Garnier Skin Active Micellar Cleansing Water all-in-one. I just love this. Even if my skin was like completely, even if I didn't have all this liner and stuff on my lash line, I feel like if you use this product after you have cleansed your face with whatever facial cleanser, and then you cleanse your face one more time with this before applying your makeup, I feel like the makeup just looks so much better because, I don't know, this really does kind of condition the skin a little bit, in my opinion. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and remove the liner and stuff and just cleanse my face again. So I'm just going to do that, and then I come back with the demo part. Okay, all right. So now it's time for the demo, okay? The first impression. As you can see, I have not opened either one of these foundations. I had to get two shades because just so that I can get a shade that matches. Alright, the shade that I got is 209 Caramel Beige, okay? And then I got the shade 207 Sand Beige. I'm gonna mix the two together. Okay, I'm gonna mix the two together to try to get my shade, And like I always do with first impressions, I always apply a primer on one side of my face just to see if there's a difference whether or not you use a primer or not. I just like to do my first impression videos on foundations that way. So I'm going to use the Hard Candy Sheer Envy Primer Long Wear yeah, primer. I'm going to use this primer. It's fairly new, but I like it so far. And then I have two of the ELF foundation brushes here. One, of course, I'm going to use on the side with the primer and all. And then the other side, I'm going to use the brush on the non-primer side, okay? Just to see if there's a difference. So let's go ahead and begin. And so I guess I'm going to put the primer side on this, on my right side. To you, it will be my left. But it's on my right side. So I'm going to apply this primer onto my skin right now. I like this primer so far, because I can even put this primer underneath my eyes and it doesn't dry up my under eyes. I really, really like that. So far, so good. They have a few more primers that I like to try. The Hard Candy brand. So I would really like to try a good bit of them. Well, two more I saw that I think I would like. Alright. So I got that primer on that side. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wash my hands off, and I have a towel here. Okay. I have a towel where I just washed all that primer off of my hands. So now I'm going to mix these two shades together, and hopefully they match. Okay. Hopefully. I've always had problems with trying to find foundations that match. I don't know how much to put. I don't know if this is like going to be super duper full coverage, or I know that that Pro Matte one is like real good coverage. You don't even need a whole, like a lot of it. You know, you don't need a whole lot. So that's how the two shades look. If you're curious, that's the sand beige. This is the caramel beige. Alright, so I'm going to mix the two together, and if I need more, I'll just add more on. So we shall see. Yes, I think this will work for me, hopefully. Okay. Ooh, it feels very good. It feels very soothing. So let's go ahead and apply this, or I'm going to apply this too. It says in circular motions to apply the product in circular motions. I just usually just dab it on. As I'm putting it on, it feels very soothing. It feels kind of moisturizing. It feels like a lotion, actually. Seems like I'm just applying lotion to my skin. That's what it feels like right now. Alright, so I'm going to blend this out. I'm going to take one of the brushes and blend it. Alright. Very smooth onto the skin. It says this is for dry skin or normal skin. I feel like someone with oily skin will like this. Like, it's not that moisturizing. It feels that way when you first apply it, but I think someone with dry skin, I mean, someone with oily skin will like this. It kind of dries up really quick. Someone with oily skin will like this too. It dries really quick too. Like, not real quick, but pretty quick, okay? Something you need to know if you like me and love to take your time and take you forever to do a makeup look. This right here, you got to get on it real quick, or else it's going to dry up on you. So that's why I feel like someone with oily skin, you can wear this foundation, okay? Now, I couldn't tell you if this is going to hydrate really bad throughout the time. Now, the hydration mode might set in, say, in about 40 minutes, you know. So, but I'm just going by my first impressions as to how this feels on my skin right now, okay? This is what I'm going by. I'm not going by, like, I'm not saying in 45 minutes to an hour my face could be completely oily. I don't know this. This is a first impression, okay? A first impression. Alright. But so far on my skin, I feel like this, and I think someone with oily skin can use this as well. Alright, so far that's what I feel. It covers discoloration, as you can tell. A good bit of coverage. I mean, it has great coverage, okay? It says medium coverage. I feel like if I put one more layer on my face, I feel like I would have full coverage. I feel like this is medium coverage, but it's definitely has the ability to be a full coverage foundation. I feel like this is pretty full for me, as far as my opinion. I feel like this is great coverage on my skin. So I feel like it's a little bit more than a medium coverage, even with this first layer, okay? Y'all see that? Like a lot of my freckles and moles and things like that, you know, has been covered. Even on my eyes, the discoloration underneath my eyes is the discoloration has been pretty much covered. Yeah, and it blends. The blendability, as far as the blending part, you saw this dries really quick, but not real quick, but quick. So when you get ready to apply this foundation, you got to get in there and blend it out. You can't wait, or else it dries up. It goes on really moisturizing like a lotion, but then it will set really quick. That's what I'm trying to say. It will set. Alright, so now let's go ahead and go on the other side and apply the foundation onto the side with no primer. Let's see what it looks like. It's very moisturizing. Like when you first like apply it onto the skin, it just feels like lotion. It really feels great on the skin, okay? Alright, so let's go ahead and try, or see. It says in circular motions, apply it. Let's see what it's going to do for this side with no primer. I keep forgetting to go in circular motions because I'm not used to putting, I just dab mine like in dot form. I don't do circular motions and stuff like that. I just apply the foundation whichever way I decide to apply it. But alright, so let's blend this in. This is the clean brush, as you can tell, no foundation on it. So let's see what it feels like with no primer. Alright, instant. There is an instant difference, or a difference that is very apparent. Now, on the other side with the primer, the foundation wanted to set. I had to blend it immediately as far as the foundation. With no primer, it's hydrating, okay? Look at that. Easy to blend. Look at that. Just smooth. No primer, you get that, what they say, that glowy, that pro glow look. Yeah, you'll achieve it with no primer. That's the difference. Look at that. Just blend that easily. Look at here. just blending into the skin. So if you want that pro glow or that glow or that radiant look, do not apply a primer, okay? Because it blends easily and all onto the skin with no primer. So there is a difference in this foundation depending on if you want a primer or a non-primer. Instant difference. Alright, so I have it on my skin and I noticed the difference. This side is more glowy. Did I say that right? Okay, let me repeat it. Alright, this side with no primer is, you have a glow. Like, my skin is shining. Not shiny like shiny, but you know, it looks more hydrated on this side. Hopefully you can see this. I'm going to kind of turn, okay, or maybe I need to lean back a little bit so you can see, not be so close to the lighting here. And I have natural lighting and my light on right now. Okay, that's what it looks like. It's hydrating here. Then on this side, look at here. It looks a little bit more matte. You don't see that glowy appearance on this side with the primer. It looks a little bit more matte. And look at here, like this, like my little dimple mark here. Like you can tell it's a bit dry on this side with the primer. Okay, you can see the mark there. Over here, look at here. You don't hardly see that little dimple mark there much because this side is more hydrated. Okay, it's more hydrated. You can even blend it out with your fingertips and all. Now as far as covering up redness, it does a very good job on both sides. On this side it covered really good as far as redness. Even on this side, pretty good with redness. It does cover some discoloration. However, it doesn't brighten the area. It just kind of covers the discoloration. But I feel like you still need to go in with a concealer if you like your eye area to be brightened, or if you have dark circles or things like that. I feel like you still need a concealer for that. And yeah, it covers, like, even on this side, like my spots and freckles and stuff, I feel like it was covered somewhat, but there's a little bit peeping through because this side is supposed to be like a glowy side. So I'm not expecting it to cover like a matte foundation would, okay, because it's glowy, it's hydrating on this side, so it covers enough. But yeah, you can still see your freckles or moles and spots a little bit. On this side, I feel like a lot of that was covered on the primer side. So that is my first impression so far. That's what I feel about this foundation. I will come back and do a review and my thoughts on these on this foundation because I just used this product. Okay, today was my first day because this is a first impression. I don't know how this is going to wear throughout the day. I don't know if both sides is eventually going to hydrate at some point. I feel like it will because it says it's a Pro Glow formula. And I don't know if it's going to last for 24 hours. And the texture, I do feel like it is a light texture. Like, it's not super light where it feels like skin, like you don't have anything on. But I do feel the foundation, but it's not as thick as some other foundations can be. Okay, so it's kind of airlight, but you can definitely feel the foundation a little bit. Okay, that's my opinion. Now these are all my opinions. This is my first impression. I know everybody's different, but I'm just saying what I feel about this foundation. So that's all I have to say about it right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in or go and put on some makeup, okay, and let you take a look at how this looks with makeup on. And so yeah, you guys, in this video will be done, okay? All right. I'll be back. All right, you guys, I am back. I have on my makeup, and so I wanted you to take a look at this makeup look, or the foundation, after applying the makeup. I do have a few things to say after I apply the makeup, and I notice a few things. I'll go ahead and say that. I feel like if you use this foundation, the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow foundation, if you use this on your eyelids, you do not need a primer. Now, you might can use some sort of primer, maybe for you, okay? For me, I feel like when I apply the primer to my eyelids, I felt like I didn't need it because my primer kind of got chunky on my eyelids. So I felt like when I applied this to my eyelids, this foundation, all I needed was powder to just go on top like I normally do when I put on a primer. Then I go back in with a powder, a pressed powder. I feel like that's all you need if you're going to apply this foundation onto your eyelids, okay? Because my primer kind of got chunky on my eyelids. Okay, another thing that I noticed is on the primer side, once again, I felt like with primer or no primer, after a little while you do start to get that luminous glow, okay? And I use the Hard Candy Primer Longwear primer here, and I noticed that as it's set, as far as this foundation, you will get that glowy look, okay? I have it on right now, and as the time go, I'm seeing my face get shinier and shinier. Now, I do have a highlight on by Hard Candy, but still my skin feels very hydrated. I can feel the product hydrating onto my skin. So at first, when I applied the primer, my skin was more matte. It was a little bit, it wasn't so easy to blend the foundations out with the primer. But as it sets on the face, it will get luminous, even with a primer. Now, I can't say that will work like that for every primer, but for the primer that I use, which this is a pretty good primer. I mean, I have to use it a little while longer, but it's supposed to be a 12-hour power primer, and my makeup my makeup is supposed to last a long time. So my face started to hydrate. Now, as far as any dry patches or anything like that, I did not notice anything as far as the foundation hanging onto some of my dry patches. That's something that I didn't mention in the demo. As you can see right now, there's not, if you can see it, I don't see any places where the foundation kind of stuck on to any dry patches or anything like that. I would say that this is a very good foundation. I do like it. I will wear this foundation. However, I did set the foundation with the Super Stay Better Skin powder, because it does get luminous, it does get glowy, okay? Like I said, I don't have dry skin like I used to. I feel like now my skin is kind of like normal to combination skin. So now I don't need very moisturizing foundations. Now that could change when the weather gets back cold again. My skin could get you know, a little dry at that time. But we'll see if I continue to use the skincare that I use. I feel like my skin will most likely still produce some oils even when it gets colder. But for right now, I would set this foundation if you have normal to combination skin, or if you have oily skin. I feel like you need to set this foundation, unless you want your face very glowy, unless you want your face to be very shiny, then okay, don't put no setting powder or anything. I feel like the coverage is medium, but can be built up to full coverage depending on how much product you like to use. Or you can use a small minimum amount of this foundation and then just set it with a great pressed powder. You will get a full coverage makeup look. Okay, so I don't have anything bad to say outside the fact that a primer can make a difference with this foundation. But I do feel like after you apply the primer, and the primer seems to mattify the skin but yet give a little bit of glow, this foundation, I feel like after so long, I feel like it's still, this foundation still will end up looking glowy. You'll still look a bit hydrating. But then some primers are better than other primers. So I feel like with this foundation, as far as the glowiness or the dewiness or the hydration part that it states, I really feel like these foundations really do, you know, really do produces all those things: hydration, glowy finish, all of that. But remember, and I'm gonna quit repeating myself, a primer can make the difference. I really feel that way, because when I applied this primer onto my right side of my face, everything, the blendability as far as the foundation was a little bit tougher, meaning I had to go right in and blend the foundation out. You saw when I put the foundation on this side with no primer, it was easy to blend in. It was so hydrating and so moisturizing that I just easily just got that product right on my skin. So a primer makes a great difference with this foundation. It just depends on you and what you like. But for it to be a pro glow type of foundation, I think it's meant to be worn glowy, you know, to produce a shine or a glow to the skin. As you can tell, I can tell my skin is hydrating right now. Even though I applied a pressed powder, I still feel that little hydration or dewy look coming through the foundation, or the powder I should say. So I feel like this is just one of those foundations that you need to have if you want that glowy look on the face. Okay, I have nothing bad to say though. I like it. I like the coverage. I think it's a great product. But because this product is a hydrating product and it's glowy, I feel like it doesn't cover as good as the Pro Matte one, okay? The Pro Matte one, it covers so well, okay? This one covers, it has great coverage, but like I said, when the dewy and the glowy hydration part gets to working in, you start to see a little bit of your pores and, you know, a little bit of your spots, but not bad. It's still good coverage, but I'm just saying my opinion, okay? But I like them both. Whenever I want to go for a glowy or dewy look, I would definitely pick these pick this foundation, okay? It's a good one for that purpose when you want just that shine on your face, okay? So yeah, I think this is excellent for dry skin girls, okay? For dry skin girls, you will love this foundation. If you're oily, I feel like, I don't know, you might like it, but you will definitely have to set it with a pressed powder. Or you will have to take some powder or some blotting sheets with you to remove some oil, because this do produce a a glowy finish. It does hydrate the skin, as it states. But you know what? Try it out if you want to, and you know, just go by your own judgment. Everything that I've said is my opinion. As I always say, it's my opinion. It's what I feel on my skin, or I look at my skin and I determine what I feel about the product. However, everybody's different, okay? Everybody has different skin. Normal, dry, combination, you know, etc., etc. It can do different things on different skin types. Alright, you guys, so that is my final thoughts on this product and my first impression. As you saw in the clip before, I do like it. I have, you know, I give it a thumbs up for that glowy, dewy look, okay? I have to say one more thing. I do like the fact that even though it hydrates, and all that, it doesn't cling or it doesn't grab on to dry patches, because I do have dry patches. I remember talking about the Maybelline, what is it called? The Velvet Mousse foundation. Now, it's supposed to hydrate. You're supposed to go on matte, but it's supposed to hydrate the skin. That will hold on to dry patches after it starts to hydrate. You start noticing dry patches on the skin. But this, so far, and it's been on now for over 30 minutes, okay? Probably now going on about an hour. Yes, that it takes me that long, okay? No surprise. But so far, I do not see this product grabbing onto dry patches on my skin. I feel like this product is very dewy. I mean, I'll sit back. Y'all should be able to see how shiny and glowy my face. I'm getting very glowy here. I'm getting glowy there. And I haven't even put on highlighter right here. I only have highlighter on the tops of my cheeks, okay? I'm getting shiny here. I'm getting shiny on my nose, even on my forehead. So just know that this is a dewy foundation. It's gonna give you that glow and that shine. If you do not like those type of foundations, you will not like this product. But if you do like it, you will love it. It's dewy, it's shiny, it gives you all that it states it's supposed to do. All right, you guys, I'm gonna let you go. So I hope you enjoy this video. And yeah, you guys, I'm gonna let you all go. So I hope you all have a wonderful day or a wonderful evening, and you is beautiful and you stay that way, okay? Mwah. Bye bye.